Welcome back to Thunder Insider, presented by Integris Health.
We are now joined by Matt Pinto and Nick Gallo as we welcome you back to Thunder Insider. Well, guys, we often talk about teams having an identity, and for the Thunder, that has obviously been to be solid on defense and to run on offense, but they've had to make some adjustments in the absence of Russell Westbrook, and seems like they're creating a bit of a new identity. Matt, what would you say that is?
Everybody touches the ball, sharing it, making the extra pass, spacing the floor effectively, playing off of one another more as a team unit rather than just relying on the skill set that a Russell and a Kevin Durant have, which is pretty extraordinary, as we all know. And then defensively, making certain that you form that shell defensively on the interior and then get out to shooters. I think one of the things about their identity, Nick, is that the league doesn't yet recognize them as a defensive strength that they are. But I think that's changing by the game.
I think teams are starting to recognize that when all 5 members are engaged on that defense, it's a panic attack for the opposing team's offense. Really hard for them to get shots. But I think what you said is a really important point, that the offense and the defense are both an important factor in this team's identity. And I think the consistency on both ends is really where this team is starting to truly build its character. The fact that one end of the floor can fold into the other, can impact how they play. Getting good shots on offense can lead to better defensive possessions. Those factors are really huge in terms of what this team's trying to do.
Yeah, on offense, when the ball's moving like that, they're hard to defend. They've only lost one game when they have 5 guys or more scoring in double figures. And defensively, as you guys have said, they've improved, particularly on the inside. What have you seen as far as that interior defense getting stronger?
I think it's just the continuity that the Thunder has with Kendrick Perkins and Serge Ibaka and Nick Collison down there. It's really allowing Coach Brooks to do some more creative things. We saw against Portland, they did something that they rarely do, but it was a nice little trick to pull out called pre-switching, which basically the big up top dumped down to go to the opposing big man's center, and then the other big jumped out to the power forward to defend on a shot or on the perimeter. So that's something that not a lot of teams do, not a lot of people might notice, but because of Perkins and Ibaka's continuity together, they know how to do those types of things.
They're number 2 in the league defending the paint. So in other words, when teams take shots on the interior, they're the second worst converting those shots. Now, the rub here is that they'd like to have fewer shots being taken in the paint. So that's an area of improvement that Scott Brooks harps on frequently.
The guys on the perimeter want to contain their men, not allow them inside. Then obviously with Kendrick Perkins, Serge Ibaka, Collison, and Adams down low, they want them to be able to contest those shots at the rim.
Well, yeah, and we all know that Serge Ibaka is playing some of the best basketball he's played since coming to Oklahoma City. And this week's practice report, you specifically talk about Kendrick Perkins' defense.
His ability to defend one-on-one against the elite post scorers in this league allows the rest of his teammates to not have to help, and then they can stick to their man on the outside. So really, Perk's defense helps the entire defense succeed.
At this end, he continues to make life tough.
Depending on matchups, the Thunder can be successful against teams that play any style thanks to its personnel, versatility, and flexibility. When opposing teams play big or have a back-to-the-basket scorer, the Thunder can match up because of its defensive anchor, Kendrick Perkins.
People don't, he doesn't get that recognition because, he's not one of the sexier names, I guess, but his defense is, the best in the league down low in the post, and we're starting to see a lot more post guys in this league.
Over the past 2 weeks, Perkins has battled some of the league's best post players and performed at a high level.
Oh, he uses physicality. He has very long arms, and he's great at contested shots. I think he should be all defensive team.
He held Dwight Howard to 5 for 13 shooting, LaMarcus Aldridge to 1 for 8 shooting in the fourth quarter, DeMarcus Cousins to 6 for 17 shooting, and Tim Duncan to just 14 points.
When we're playing guys like that, we know, he's gonna play them straight up, and sometimes he don't even need no help.
Well, I think it helps them stay home. It helps them be able to not have to help and rotate. So I think at the end of the day, I just try to do my job when we play guys like that where, it helps the guards have to stay home. Then, they come in and grab them a couple rebounds or whatever it may be, but they get to stay home and guard their man without having to help dig and try to close out to somebody fast and blow them by them and stuff like that.
Perkins' ability to defend one-on-one in the post without help allows teammates to stick to their responsibilities, enhancing the Thunder's entire 5-man defense.
That's what part of having a good, deep team is about. So each guy is stepping up and giving us good minutes each game, and that's what we need.
Ahead on Thunder Insider.
Basketball means, I won't say everything, but it definitely does mean a lot to me. Just come out here and compete and have fun every day.